Good evening, everybody. Saints man. It's Sunday, looking at the book, 23rd, and it's 10 past 6 at night, and it is absolutely gorgeous today and yesterday at Billing. Very tranquil. Let's get you set. I've got the laptop on my lap. There you go. Let's go through last week. Last week was a good week. First, fuel prices. They're going up next week. But at the moment, I'll get it for 141. Next week it's 143, nearly 144. That's the cheapest. I got a warning from my fuel company to tell me they were going up, so it has happened. It's virtually now the same price as supermarket fuel at the moment for some reason. But I imagine supermarket fuel is going to go up as well. We'll see. Anyway, Monday. Just run through this quickly. Monday, I ended up getting a job from Kettering. I booked this in, wait and return to Cambridge, back to Kettering. I left. It was my latest start of the week. No, it was joint latest, 7:30 start. Picked up 8:15. Job went great. Then I got a job Kettering to Lichfield, which was okay. It was all right money, and Lichfield's a good area normally like that. And then I picked a job up later in the day from Hinckley up to Newton Aycliffe, which obviously takes me up north. It got me on really good money for the day. Really good money for the day. Way over target, but I knew I was going to be tramping out. On the way up, I pulled in the services, just used the facilities, and I managed to get a job booked in for Tuesday morning back from Stockton-on-Tees down to Coleshill, which obviously is north of Birmingham. So that was sorted. So we tramped Monday night at Stockton-on-Tees, 3 miles from the pickup. Park for night, use it, and really good park for night as well. There's a lay-by near a place called Yarm. I think it was Yarm. You have to trust me if that's not right. But yeah, and we trapped in the van, and because the temperatures are warm at night, it was okay, absolutely fine. And I picked up the next morning, and because I was close by, it was an 8 o'clock pickup. It wasn't too early a start. And I did Stockton to Coleshill. And then there was a job on there which I had to travel to quite a bit, Leamington Spa, but it was to Northampton. So that got me home. It wasn't a big paying day, Tuesday, but it was okay. I did 160 all in, but it was okay. Got me home, and I did a short day. I was home by 2:15, finished. So it was a sort of half a day for me. And then I weren't quite finished. I had to go out and meet a driver at Northampton Services to pick a load up to go to Southall for the next day, and he was going to be there at 7:15. So Northampton Services to me is about 7 mile. So I went and met him, got his phone number. I got there 5 minutes after he was there, and it was all right. I picked up 3 boxes. So that was Tuesday, and Wednesday. These boxes in Southall, which is north of Nottingham, had to be there for before 9. So I left the house up at 6, got there well early, but I'd rather get there and get past the traffic. And we got a second job not far away from Nottingham, Colwick or something, up to Brig. I went further north. I went up to Brig, it was a service station, and I was delivering. It's a new coffee, a bit like Greg's, but it wasn't a Greg's, but it was that sort of thing in a service station being built. And they were opening the next day, and I was taking up the leaflets, all the promotional stuff. Nice and easy. I was on the M180, somewhere up between Scunthorpe and Doncaster. I moved to Doncaster services straight away because I thought it'd be a better chance of getting work. And the CX died. This was on Wednesday. Absolutely died on its arse. And I oopled in the services. My good friend Andy from AP Parcels, I think that's his YouTube channel, and had a little chat with him. So it was nice. I hadn't met him before. We've talked, and we're on the same WhatsApp group, YouTube WhatsApp group, which is so we chat through there. So I met Andy. Nice to meet Andy, and he'd got a job, and he was going to Sheffield, and hoping to get another job back towards Manchester where he lives. I couldn't get a job out of Doncaster. I stayed there the full amount of time I could, almost 2 hours. I had poor internet connection with Vodafone for some reason there, but still with no work. So I decided what I do now is I start driving home, keeping the feed on, hoping to get some out of Sheffield, Nottingham, Derby, something to get the fuel miles. And I got a job. It was at Coles Hill. Let's get that right. Yeah, it was Coles Hill, and it was going to Leicester. It was just a short job, 15 miles. I quoted the my minimum, which helped with the fuel home. Still had a lot of dead miles, and I got that to Leicester. And again, I was picking up at Northampton Services for the next day, for the Thursday, which was boxes to Pontefract for Thursday. So Wednesday was okay-ish. I did a lot of miles for. I did all right money, 180, but it wasn't working out good pence per mile. The minimum charge sort of saved it really from being a disaster, but it still wasn't brilliant. But it happens. Thursday, I went up to Pontefract, an early start, 6 o'clock, on the road at 6. Went up to Pontefract, and I thought I was bound to get some decent work around there. It's a good area. It's got good Yorkshire around that area. And I did. I got a job at Castleford to Leicester, which was pretty good. And it was a pallet. And it was a pallet of bollards, metal bollards. And I was delivering them to a pub in Leicester. They were doing the electric hookups for cars. And these bollards protect the actual EV charging point, so people can't run into them. So we took that to Leicester, and then I got a small job from Leicester quite quickly over to Coventry, which was hospital, and I was just dropping stuff at the chemist at the hospital. That was okay. That was good pence per mile. And then I was on my way home, and again I picked up same thing from the services. There was England. Was it England game on Thursday? And I went. No, I didn't go to the services. I went to pick up the laptops, and I went during the half time of England. I mean, it was a completely shit game of football. England was dire. Don't get me. I'm not a footballer. I'm rugby, but it was dire. It was shit. I mean, they couldn't trap a bag of sand, you know. And but mate, but yeah, I went and picked it up, and I got a delivery for Friday to Fareham, which I've done loads of times. So I picked that up 6 o'clock Thursday night. And again, that's a lot closer for me. It's about 4 miles from my house. So I just went and picked them up. You pick them up at 6 and then take them Friday morning. Friday was a really good day. Friday was the opposite of Wednesday, where I couldn't get nothing Wednesday. Doncaster, I was, struggling to get a third job. I took the second job further north Wednesday. Maybe in hindsight, I should have stayed in the Midlands. But normally you can get a job back, but struggled. But Friday was pretty much the sort of day you want. If you had this Friday everywhere, every day of the week, you'd be happy as Larry. I left the house at 6 o'clock. I went down to Fareham, Whiteley, around that area, and I delivered, and I could deliver straight away. And a job come up straight away from Southampton. I was 6 miles from it, going to Leicester again, going to Leicester. Uh, no worries, and I dropped that off, and that was 3 boxes. Dropped that at Leicester, so I've got my money, and I was intending to finish. That was going to be it. I'll drive home from Leicester. It's only 30, 36, 37 miles, something like that. And a job come on, literally, as I dropped in Leicester, from Leicester to Northampton, and couldn't make it up. And it was, I did it 80 pence a miles, which was still pretty good money. And it actually dropped off 2 miles from my house, just the other side of the village of Cooknow. There was a farm, and I picked up from a driver at the services, Leicester Forest East, going south, and he was on his way to London. So I got a helicopter going over. Don't know if you can hear that. He got there a minute after I got there. Yep, helicopter right above us, where it's going over. There's been an air show at Solihull today, so you'd probably hear that. That's the joys of trying to record outside, but hey, that's what it is. But I go back. I got Leicester, forest services to it was a farm where I go fishing, actually, just short of it. 2 boxes going into a unit on the farm that they've rented out for a distribution company. Absolute brilliant finish. I had a really good day Friday, as in miles, money, time. I only worked 8 hours Friday, and in fact I didn't. That's a lie. I worked 7.5 hours Friday in total. I finished at 1:30 because I finished 5 minutes from where I live. So I finished at 1:30, had half a day, and Friday I did £230 for 7 hours, 7.5 hours. So it works out 30, 30 something quid an hour every hour. That's the sort of day you want all the while. Never happens. Happens once in a blue moon. Complete opposite of Wednesday, where I couldn't get a job back from up north at Brig and Doncaster. But hey, that's the CX for you, right there. Very up and down. But it was a good week overall. I finished then, had the afternoon off, beautiful afternoon. And that week I did 1,600 miles, just over. 48.5 hours duty, so I still did a good 9.5 hours a day, which is okay. I mean, I normally do between 48 and 50 something. I did 36 hours driving, which is pretty norm, and the money was 1,071 plus the VAT. It comes to 1285.20. Give the 10% for because I'm on the flat rate scheme, which is 128.52, and it leaves me with 1156.68 pence, which you divide by 5 comes up at 231.33 per day. Not gonna knock that. That is a good figure for me. Next week, well, tomorrow start. I haven't got nothing booked in. I couldn't book nothing in because I got my diabetes. They take bloods. I get the first appointment of the day at 8 o'clock. It normally takes 10 minutes. They take about 4 tubes of blood. Literally takes 10 minutes. But before I've done it, and I've struggled to, I've booked a job in and struggled because the nurse that did it was running late, and yeah, I struggle. So I don't book nothing in, just in case there's a problem. So, oh, a bit wrong there. It's all right. So all in all, really good week. I say Friday was a perfect day. Wednesday was not complete opposite. Just couldn't marry anything up to make it a good day. Got a 5 day week next week, so as apart from the early start, I can't do an early start. And believe it or not, there was a job on there today, which would have been ideal. It was pick up today, go to Wales, and a wait and return. Drop it in Wales first thing in the morning, and back. And it was 8 mile down the road, and it was on there for the full hour. I'd have bid on that. And there was a couple of jobs Friday for Monday, but they was picking up at 7 or 7:30 in the morning. I can't. I've got to have the blood test. So hope you're all doing well. It's been the weather's fantastic. The van it's got my van's got air conditioning. I'm very fortunate. But if you haven't, you're going to sweat next week for Monday, Tuesday. Well, you are around here. We've had a great weekend. We've barbecued yesterday, and we've barbecued today, and now we're just chilling on the decking. Got all the decking, all the furniture out, and just having a chill. And then we're back on it tomorrow. Hope you're doing well. Please like and subscribe. Ring the bell, whatever you do. It's apparently this is what everyone does. It's somewhere along here. Don't know where. It's somewhere along here. It'd be great if you subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, and it gets word out. Again, I try and answer your questions. It's quiet on the sporting front for me. The rugby, although England are playing, they played Japan yesterday. A few of the Saints boys played. There's no rugby next week, and the week after they got New Zealand, which will be a crunch game in New Zealand. So, like I say, hope you're doing well, and say please subscribe. Build the figures up. I'm up to 1160 plus. Like to get more. So, and we'll speak soon. Take care.